Hi, Feral Fam. Welcome to our newest episode with DJ Dr. Noom, the People's DJ here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh,
how are you?
I'm supposed to. Oh, hey. Hi, Mom. What's up? How y'all doing? What's up? What up? Well, thank y'all for having me.
I know, you've been DJing here for what, 30 plus years?
In Jacksonville, yeah. Over that. Next year we'll make 30 years just on the radio alone. I started here on iHeart, well, Clear Channel back then, and J-Core before that, but it was 92.7. I started in 1996 on the radio, and next year will be my 30th anniversary on the radio. But I was DJing before that, even before that. So I started actually DJing at the age of 13, but that's a lot of people don't know that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I've been DJing
13?
At 13.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't want to say what year, because sheesh.
That's crazy.
It's a long time ago.
So you know exactly what to do. There's like nothing that you haven't encountered on the boards.
No. I've seen it all. I've experienced everything in this music thing, from the highs to the lows, and seen people come and seen people go. I mean, but the thing that I'm thankful for is still being here doing it. Yeah. You know, at this point in my life and career and stage, to still be active in the music industry and be relevant, that to me, I don't take that for granted.
That's awesome. You're blessed.
Oh, definitely blessed. Extremely. Definitely. Definitely. Because like I said, it's a lot of people that, again, you know, for various reasons, whether they just got out of the business, you know, whether health, whatever it may be, you know, are not in this thing, and definitely didn't do it and persevered through the storms that I've, persevered through, to still be at this point and still like playing music and like being able to do it for a living. That's the main thing. Like, you know, this is all I do. People don't understand, like, entertainment is my life. It's not a game. It's not a part-time gig. It's what I do full time. So, you know, when I'm not entertaining, I'm like, what am I doing with myself? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but, you know, at the same time, you just, you know, you got to take life for granted. I mean, don't take life for granted, but take life with a grain of salt sometimes. Just enjoy yourself and you step back from it sometimes too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You have family and
huh?
you have family now.
Of course. Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to make sure everybody's good, and, you know, just do what I got to do.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I was looking at your resume, and it is expansive. Extremely. I was like, whoa, he did all of this. I didn't realize. Holy smokes. How'd you get started in the industry? Like, what was that first musical note that made you be like, this is it?
So let me be very specific. I want to make sure I answer this correctly. So when you say get started in the industry, as in like this part, or just from the beginning?
From the beginning, as a child, what made you?
13,
what made you? At 13, what made you say this was it?
So for one thing, I got to give some love to my uncle. One of my uncles used to be called the Wolfman. He was a DJ in the 70s, and I used to see his equipment and just really be fascinated by everything. So the equipment that I used to have was like back in the 70s and in early 80s, they had these stereos with these huge knobs on them. They were big and shiny. You know, as a kid, that's attractive.
Yeah.
So they went from like 0 to like, it was crazy because the dials had like 200 on them. Anyway, so my uncle had these big shiny knobs on his equipment. So one day I went to this house and I said, oh my God. I turned the big knob up and he had a record or a cassette in, and I just hit it. And boom, and the speakers blew. He was furious. So he goes, man, I'm gonna show you how to do this. You start tearing on my equipment. He was mad as all his guy. He was furious. So he gave me my first piece of DJ equipment to use, which is a mixer. So when you think DJ mixer, you think all this technology we have now.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that. So there was a big board. Imagine it was a big board, like DJ knobs. We have cross faders, you have up and down faders, right? It was just crossfaders, just up and down volume knobs and knobs you turn for sound. So there was no, like how you think scratching, none of that. It doesn't even have that. That wasn't even out there. Wow. So these, you know, it was totally different back then how the equipment was set up. But that was like my first piece of equipment. Then I bought a turntable. Me and my best friend back in high school, he was left-handed, so he brought a turntable and I bought a turntable. So we bought 2 turntables. We set up on the left side. So we used to be practicing scratching and just having fun. And that was kind of the start of it. But that's, on top of that, what also inspired me was a song, believe it or not. There was a song in the 80s called Must Be the Music by a group called Secret Weapon.
Okay.
That song, if you ever hear it, it's a song about a DJ in the DJ booth talking to the crowd from his perspective. So a little bit of it goes like flashing lights, moving to the beat, mirrored walls, and something at my feet. I'm just a DJ, baby, mixing for you. Won't stop this record till this club night is through. Must be the music. And it just, the chorus comes in and it's like, must be the music. They was like, oh my God. I'm like, what is that? I want to do that. And so just hearing that song, it really solidified kind of what I wanted to do. And then around that same time, now we're talking about the 80s now. Now this is before hip hop before it was what it is now. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Run DMC because they just celebrated the 41st anniversary of their first album coming out. Mm-hmm. So then I started seeing like Jam Master Jay. And, I'm like, oh my God. So all these things kind of, correlated to me wanting to kind of get into this field. And that's kind of how I started. That's kind of how the passion started for it.
Okay. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Just a bit.
It is what it is.
So the People's Choice, what's the story behind you earning that nickname?
Honestly, it was just, it's not a real story. It's kind of like a moniker I kind of took on for myself because I like, you know what, I do so many different things.
Yeah.
I DJ different genres. I just like to have fun, and I do it for all the people. So you know what I mean. And I think one day my brother was like, "Man, you're the People's Choice," and I'm like, "I'm kind of stuck." So all right, so we kind of added to my name and kind of ran with it. It was simple as that. It wasn't like a one profound thing to make that come about. But yeah, it was fun.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Nicknames.
You're from Marietta, right? Florida.
Yes.
How did it form you?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Part of how it formed me is what's around my neck. This is my grandmother. I just got this for my birthday. So this is my a tribute to my grandmother and my mother and father, of course. But they all formed me just for being home grounded and growing up in a small town was much different than growing up obviously in Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. So it was when I say small, like 2 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 1 high school small. So when you have that and, everybody knows everybody. So, and even in, back in the day, everybody policed everybody. When I mean like aunties, grandmamas, could be your neighbor.
Yeah.
You couldn't do crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Without somebody, hey, I'm gonna take it to your mama. So growing up in a small town, just kind of your values were set a little bit different. I think that because like we didn't have as much crazy stuff going on as a major city would have. So like I say, everybody knew everybody. Mm-hmm. You weren't kind of getting too much, you weren't straying the path too often. If you did, like I said, the neighbor would, slap you upside the head or go get a switch or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Yes, it was capital punishment back then. But growing up in those days in a small town was just really, really fun. Like I said, it really molded me and, but at the same time, it had its constraints as well because like I said, you only allowed to grow with the spaces around you, and like as I was saying earlier, I DJ'd back then. I was the biggest DJ in that area up until I moved here. Mm-hmm. So literally, when I moved to Jacksonville, I had to start my career from scratch. Mm-hmm. So literally, I moved here only knowing 3 people. So but that's a whole other story. Yeah.
Well, I'd love to ask it. I was like, when did you move here?
1992.
So 3 years before the Jaguars came.
Yes.
So did you finagle your way in?
No. It was nothing like that with the Jaguars.
I don't remember I remember graduating or whatever have you, but like it wasn't that big of a scene, but I was too young to know it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Well, see, and I say this, man, because shouts out.
Because I used to listen to you.
Yeah.
On your home.
Yeah.
But,
well. So what happened was, the story of me coming to radio was a little bit different because I started, again, when I moved to 92, I literally started my whole career over, like, from scratch. So nobody knew me. I was doing teen clubs. I was doing private events. I was doing this, doing that. I was working out at Convergence. Shout out to AT&T Convergence. I'm talking about the real deal. Everybody, a couple people know that story. But anyway, but doing those things and just trying to find my way, trying to get back to it but I also stopped DJing for like 3 years because from 92 to now, like 94 around that time, my brother and I were, so we were in a group. We were in a group, but we were like dancing, like, as background dancers. So I wasn't really focused on DJing during that time period. So I was trying to think about, the guy we were, dancing for. He had a record deal and we were trying to do that aspect of the game. So I was like, okay. So I kind of stepped back from DJing. But when all that fell apart in around 1994, I was like, you know what? I got to get back to my first love, which is DJing. And I started getting more active and getting back into it in Jacksonville. And that's when I really started trying to get my feet wet and had an opportunity to DJ for a mom and pop radio station back then. It's long gone. But that was about a year before I got hired here.
Okay.
So the story about getting hired here was I used to be, DJing all the clubs. Well, not all the clubs. At that point in time, I was DJing at Jim's Place. Rest in peace, Jim's Place.
Oh, no.
But it was a staple of Jacksonville. It was, and back then, I mean, like I said, Jim's was, and it was crazy. A lot of people don't know this because they kind of remember from the latter years recently.
Yeah, it was a jazz club.
Right, but when I was there at Jim's Place, it was popping 5 days a week. So you can, just think about a club in Jacksonville 5 nights a week, packed to the rim. That's what every Sunday, Monday, it was Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every night packed. And so as I was DJing there, a situation arose where a DJ opening happened here at the radio station. And give a shout out to Shawnee from the station. She came and she approached me. She was like, Doom, you ever thought about doing radio? I said, well, I've done it before, but not, of course, not with you guys. But she was like, well, there's an opportunity. She said, I spoke, I talked to them about you. I was like, hey, I'll go check it out. So had a meeting with Doc Winter here at the radio station, iHeart, and been here ever since. So shout out to Doc Winter. Shout out to all my radio fans. Thank y'all for 30 years. Thank y'all.
That's awesome.
That is great.
Yep. So it's been a long journey, but I'm here.
What's the biggest difference between DJing the radio and the clubs? I know I get it, but like the way that you work the crowd, regardless of where I've seen you,
right?
It's as if I'm listening to you when I was like a kid on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, all right, it's time to get up.
Well, I say the biggest difference is, you definitely have more creativity, more creative freedom while you're in the studio, obviously, because nobody's watching you. Even if you were just doing it on your own, but there's no, you're not actively making people to have to dance and all that.
Okay.
So you take that same thing, and then you got to know that, okay, people want to hear their favorite songs when you're out and about and do things. So you take that and you match that with reading your crowd, which is, to me, the hardest part of DJing. DJing is easy. Knowing what to play, when to play, how to play it, and who to play it for is the hardest part about DJing. You literally have to be a psychic every time you walk into a room, because I don't really know what you want, but I had to think that I know what you want.
Yeah.
And by looking at you, obviously you can't judge a book by the cover, because you could be, I know some people that look like rock and rollers that know more hip hop than me.
Yeah.
So you really have to kind of put yourself in the mind of every person in that room, but at the same time, I got to make everybody happy at once, so I had to find a happy median. And so that's the difference between DJing live and DJing like in the studio. Just having to read the crowd and enjoy, and really just read the room and have fun with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever get tired of playing certain songs, or just kind of like, I don't want to play this today?
No, not really.
No.
Not really. Honestly, I can't say. I don't get tired of playing any certain song. No, it's certain artists. I definitely would say. I'm not gonna say their name because I'm starting to mess. But there's certain artists here, just a certain. It's a singer that's hilarious. If I say the name, but just when I hear the song, it's cringe. But it's the older singer. It's
funny.
Yeah. Nope. I'm not saying no name. Y'all don't get me in trouble. Yeah, that's it though.
So what's one media appearance that basically changed the trajectory of your career?
I would say, and it wasn't really an appearance that was here, but it was more so something I was a part of.
Okay.
That changed my trajectory. So we used to have DJ conferences in Miami and different places around the country. The Mix Show Power Summit, E-Mix Show, all the different coalitions of DJs. We used to come together, and that's when I first started radio. So we would all go down to like Miami, and they had like showcases just for DJs. So you think about, I'm gonna name a few, and I can show you pictures. So artists before they even blew up were performing for us and showing that, they were showcasing the new songs and like you guys, the world didn't know who they were yet, but we were finding who they were. So give a couple examples. Lil Wayne was there, Eve was there. They had Eve performing in a boxing ring at the conference at a hotel, and was like, who's that? It's like, it's before her first record came out. So stuff like that. They had Jay-Z there, on stage. You name it, everybody, T.I. was performing. Nelly was, all these different people performed these conferences. And so being around those people, it just kind of let me know, like, this is where, I think I've like really arrived at where I really, where I want to be as far as being in the industry. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of being around the people that you either watch, grew up watching. And of course, it's not just the new artists, but you had all the other artists that were there, established artists would come to these things because they want to make sure they get to know who the DJs are and so forth and so on. But yeah, that was one of the things I'd say that really kind of set it off. Yep.
Okay. What did you learn there that set it off?
Oh
Was that
well,
just like,
well, what did I learn? I mean, it just you learn how to. Well, you learn that it made you want to go home and work harder. That's one thing you learn. You learn that you got a DJ over here from New York. He's like, you know, just huge in New York, and you see all these guys getting love. You see other DJs that like everybody knew who they were, so other DJs flocked to these DJs. Like, man, they were like the most popular guys. I'm like, man, how can I be that? You know, how can I? What are they doing that I'm not doing? So I got to go home and work harder, even though they may be in different markets. You know, what can I do to go back home to work harder to make sure that, you know, I want to get to a different level than just being on the radio and just being in the club. I want to be known. Like, I want to make, I want to be a household name when and that's one of those things that kind of really made you like, okay, I need to get back and get on my grind because you're seeing these other guys getting so much love, but it really kind of set the bar higher for yourself. You're like, all right, okay, I see it.
Did that lead you into BET?
No. The old BET situation. How did I even come? My goodness. Ooh, y'all taking it back now.
yeah, I was like,
I need to get to know you.
Yeah. My goodness. I can't remember. My goodness, y'all. It's been so many people that was involved over the years. But I think the BET situation came around. Let's be specific, because are we talking about the Rap City or which one we're talking about?
Well, you were on 106 in Park, right?
Yeah, no. Well, no. I didn't do 106 Park.
Oh,
I was on Rap City for the basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for episode of that. So that was shout out to my man Q45. Q did 106 a couple times.
Okay.
But yeah, so the things I've done, like I said, just getting to BET and doing those things, like they chose different DJs around the country, you know what I mean, to come and represent for your city. And like I said, and it was kind of one of those moments you really felt, okay, now I'm starting to get recognized, to get called to go up there and do that. So yeah, that was a great moment.
Huh.
Yep.
See, now you answered the whole thing. I was like, how'd you hear? Okay, that's awesome.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Which artist blew you away from the first time you worked with them? Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Man. First time I heard it blew me away. Ooh, so many. Goodness gracious, y'all taking me down a rabbit hole right now. And when I'll say blew me away, and we had, and this is one I definitely remember, and it's amazing. So I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Life Jennings.
Okay.
So we had Life Jennings come to Martini Monday, like on his first album when nobody really knew who he was. Mm-hmm. He did an acoustic set. You know this. I used to be on the stairwell. He's on the floor and playing, sitting down in the chair, the guitar, and man, sounded like every record. Like, I mean, I'm like, is he really singing? Like, dude, man, he was singing just so soulful and it was like, man, I'm like, he can't. It must be a track, but he was playing on the acoustic guitar and just singing this to the mic, and it was just, man, I was like, that really really blew me away. So I definitely got to give a shout out to my man Life Jennings. Yeah, that was a dope set. Yep. One of many.
Not your favorite? That's the one that stuck out.
Oh yeah, I mean, because when just hearing somebody live, when you don't respect that, most people when you're a singer, you think it's gonna be some faltering. Mm-hmm. Nah, it sounded good, just as good if not better than the album, and that was his first album, so you know how the album sounded, but you just didn't expect to hear that. Like I was like, man, that was crazy.
That is crazy.
Yep.
So like now you're busy. I feel. Just from watching you. You're out there doing festivals. Mm-hmm. You're out there like also DJing and then clubbing and doing all that stuff. So how is curating a citywide tour? Like how is that different than everything else that you did? And why did you decide to go that route?
Well, I mean, I again, just trying the whole expansion thing. Just trying to, I've done clubs for 30 plus years in Jacksonville. I mean, it's like, and that's fun and that's great, and I still do that. But it's at this point in my career, it's just time to expand the brand and go out in bigger areas and again, just it's the same small town mentality. If I knew I could do the same thing in my hometown originally, and when I moved to Jacksonville, like this is my hometown now, but knowing that you can do that here, I can do it at a festival, and it's a testament to time. Like I've gone to different places, I've gone to different cities, and and rocked out the same way I do here. And it's like you get the same reaction, if not better. And it just lets me know that, everything that I believed I could do is true. You know what I mean? So, and it just really makes you pat yourself on the back sometimes, knowing that, you're good enough to be up there with the big dogs. And I don't care who it is, and that goes for everybody. I mean, if you can believe in yourself,
Yeah.
you can be up there with anybody. You just have to have that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Always. Or fake it till you make it.
That too.
You've been voted best DJ. What's the secret sauce to staying relevant for so long?
Changing with the times. That's the main thing, man, because you can't say, hey, I'm only going to do this. One, you're going to pigeonhole yourself into doing a certain thing. Music changes, sound changes, equipment changes. So staying up to date with the equipment, staying relevant with staying in touch with your audience is the biggest thing, because like I said, and music changes so fast and so often, you have to be able to stay on top of that. Like as a DJ, I could always say I don't like old school. Yeah, but okay, this is not an old school event. So then if I go here, they're looking at me like, well, what are we doing? You know what I mean? So just trying to really just stay in the know of the music. That's the biggest thing.
You mentioned earlier that you have to kind of like read the room, read the vibe.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to an event to where you played music that you're really not familiar with?
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you one exactly. And it was let me tell you the story behind this. I'm glad you mentioned that. So, might have been 2 years ago. I was asked to do a bar mitzvah. I've never done a bar mitzvah in my life. Never done. I was like, and the mom came to me and said, no, my son really loves your shit. He really wants you to do it. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yes. I said, okay. His name was Cole. Shouts out to my man Cole. So I remember. And I said, okay. So I said, well, I don't really kind of know what to play. And the teens I know, but this is a bar mitzvah. It may be different. She's like, no, we're gonna, there's a certain few songs that we need, played, but other than that, you do your thing, and you'll be fine. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yes. Okay. Did the party, and when I tell you, from the grandmother to everybody, they were like, and even the kids, he said, look, this is the best bar mitzvah they ever been to in their life. And I'm like, I was like, y'all lying. Stop playing me. But no, it's like that was one of those situations. Like I didn't know what I was walking into, but to do it, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, that was a really dope experience for me, because it challenged me as well, because I didn't know what I was walking into. Yeah. But at the same time, hey, the show must go on.
Right. I'm sure that felt good after hearing that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, because I was nervous the whole time. Yeah. But when you saw the kids having fun, of course, you get into the party, it's another story. But starting off, I just didn't know what to expect. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, it turned out great.
That's good.
Yep.
So like coming off of that, it's like, what misconception do people have about what a DJ's life is like?
Oh man, that it's all glamour and glitz, and that we just all just show up and party. It's popping bottles all night and just party all day, all night long. No, because what people don't see is the long hours that go into this off the camera, off the spotlight. Like like social media, for instance. Like some people have a whole team. I have a very small team, but like it's days or nights where I'll be up till 5, 6 in the morning. Getting stuff done, making sure everything is right, making sure the next promotions are ready to run for the next week. And it's like, that's 7 days a week, because, this is my business. Again, this is all I do. So I have to make sure that those things are done week in and week out. So the misconception is that, oh, you just go home, just throwing your hands in the air at the party at the house. No, man, it's work. You know what I mean?
Work, yeah,
it's a job. So that's my main thing. But at the same time, it's a job that I'm thankful to have and that I love to do. So.
Okay. Any others? Because, like, I think that when you said it, like, we were always partying and doing all that stuff. Like, I remember, like, giving you one drink. Like, maybe if we were there for 8 till 8 to 2, maybe you'd have 3 drinks total.
Right.
If that.
Yeah.
You'd really asking for water.
Yeah. Well, see, again, I'm a naturally energetic person, so I don't, I drink it here or there, but at the same time, like, I don't have to drink to have a good time.
And then he'd be taking down all his stuff.
Yeah, that's another thing too, man. Like, set up and break down and all that, man. You gotta, it's work. You know what I mean? It's work, and I've recruited everybody from my door people to everybody. Come on, let's get the stuff out of here. and of course, and again, I come from the era of records, so people really don't understand how much harder it was back then than it is now. When you come in with a laptop and a DJ controller, when I had 8 crates of records, turntables, mixer, speaker, like it was a whole production. You know what I mean? So I used to have a whole cargo van just to carry all that stuff. So like, it's crazy. It's a big difference from how it started versus where we are now and what DJs have to carry. So that's another misconception. That DJing is easy. Because like I said, you got to be a psychic. you got to be you got to be in tune with your audience. You got to really be. You got to study your music. You got to know. You got to have energy because I can't come in there. And another thing that I think a misconception is that I think people think the DJs kind of always happy. Because you think about this.
Yeah.
We need to be. But because like you don't want to come into work and you got the long face and you had a rough day. But you have to perk up and get ready for that day to make sure everybody else around you is having a good time, even if you had a bad day.
Yeah.
So the misconceptions, I think that people don't think that you go through the same thing that other people do, but obviously you do. We do.
Yeah, for sure. How do you carry yourself through that? Like, what do you have like a ritual or routine to kind of like decompress and be like, okay, let's start over?
I think my routine was just kind of like, believe it or not, the music. I have certain albums that I listen to that kind of help me decompress. Listen, one of them is from my favorite movies, like the 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And that soundtrack is just great. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's like the greatest soundtrack ever. So with the 5 Heartbeats, like sometimes like when I just go, certain songs I just listen to, I just sit back and get in my zone. I put that on, or take a shower, listen to the album, and just be like, okay, it just kind of brings me back to, just a cool, calm place in my head. So that's one of the things that definitely helps me, like that album and a couple other ones, but that's definitely one that I always go to.
I would think that you would go back to music. That makes sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of times I don't listen to music when I'm driving. Because when I drive, it's like I listen to it so much, I had to take a break from it. So sometimes I listen to talk radio or whatever, sports, whatever it may be, anything, or even comedy. I listen to comedy a lot too, just because I like to be in a happy mood. So as I'm driving, I like to listen to comedy sometimes, just kind of hear different things, just kind of driving, laughing, and just again stepping away from it for a minute because I am around music 24 hours, 7 days a week.
You're just a human. You want to learn. You still want to grow. You want to do all that stuff. It's not just DJing.
Right. Yeah.
That's what helps you move through the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. See, one of my pastimes I love to do is shoot pool, but we don't get into that right now.
I saw.
Cause y'all don't want no smoke.
I saw. Did y'all make some money?
Yeah, we did. We're pretty decent, man. Shouts out to everybody that came out to my charity pool tournament too. Thank y'all for supporting again this year. But yeah, we have a good time, man. That's one of my favorite pastimes, just to do that. My dad taught me as a kid, and just to do that for fun. I don't do it enough, but I love shooting pool.
You got trick shots?
Nah.
No trick shots?
Nah, no trick shots. I'm trying to learn though. I'm gonna learn sooner or later.
What is the wildest thing you've ever done behind the decks?
Oh, the wildest thing that I've ever done behind the decks. Sheesh. Oh, I remember.
Wait a minute.
I remember. So I should be ashamed for this. And it's so crazy because I ran into this person recently, but I was DJing once. Matter of fact, it was at Square One back in the day. It was a young lady in the club, and she was having a good time, and we had candles on the table, and somehow or another she got her hair caught on fire.
I remember this.
You remember this, right? So the hair caught on fire. And I kept the music playing. I said something about it, and I think I put on a song like Fire. That was some song doing with Fire that I put on after she got, and it was just.
I was like, that's why.
And the whole crowd was just going crazy, man. It was just, but just one of the things like, you take moments like that, and of course she was good. She wasn't hurt or anything like that. But it was just, but it was like, I probably should have been more sympathetic in the moment, but it's just like, I got to use this moment. I got to use it. Yeah, it was a Monday, man. So, yep, caught on fire, man.
Oh my God, it was hysterical.
And I think I put on the Ohio Player song, Fire, or something like that. It was one of those old school songs, something fun, just for a second, just to make everybody laugh. But yeah. I'm so hard. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was horrible. That was bad.
You're naughty, but it's all good. I experienced it myself. It's all good.
Oh man.
So you like to line dance at your events?
Well, okay. I like to dance at my events. Not just line dance. You got video. You got me on video. You know what? I just like to have fun with the people. It's like if I feel like too many DJs just sit back, like I think they sit back and don't take it as a job. I think they get too serious when they DJ, and I think that's my biggest miss. They behind turntables mad. Like, why you mad, dude? Like, lady, whoever, why are you back there angry? You know what I mean? It's a fun, enjoyable job. You're making people enjoy yourself. So I feel like if people see me having a good time, they're gonna have a good time. So the dancing part and it's something I've always done. Like I said, I came from dancing, just having fun and hip hop dancing and all that from back in the day. So I've always danced my entire life. So I'm not gonna stop doing it. And it's like if it's gonna I want to get out there and make people have fun, and even if, and again, sometimes they need to see you having fun to bring the fun out of them, because they may be having a bad day, and you're the one that needs it. And again, I can't sit here and bring my worries to the party, because I'm here to help relieve everybody else's bad day. So that's one of those things that you really, I just enjoy getting out there dancing and having fun with people, and just showing people that it's okay to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's okay to dance.
Do you have, like, with you DJing and you do remixes on music, right? Do you notice the trends that go along to your music?
Every now and again, it's a few. Like, of course, right now the biggest trend right now is Southern soul music, which is like the real line dance, like the kind of Southern dance, and that's really big in the country western theme dances. That's the biggest trend right now.
Yeah, they're flowing in the hip hop.
Oh yeah, big time, big
They're
time.
using the 808.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. So the sounds of they kind of taking the old sounds of blues have transitioned into something new and younger and fun. And now the artists are younger, and they're bringing the same feeling of the blues back, but with that thump, and it's making people dance, which I love it. Anything that makes people dance again, I am all for it. Thank you. Yeah, for real.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
So is there a moment like you want to achieve like in the next 5 years for yourself in your career?
Yeah. The biggest moment is and it's just getting back to my own venue. That's the biggest thing. Just getting back to having my own establishment. For myself for everybody to come to and enjoy. So that's one of the goals that's definitely going to be achieved over the next 5 years.
Okay.
That, and I will say, just continuing to, bring entertainment to Jacksonville and the areas, especially Jacksonville because it's home, but Jacksonville and around the world, around the country, and do more international stuff. I've done some, but yeah.
Where have you been?
I ain't gonna tell you all that.
Oh.
Yeah, too many questions now. I'm just playing.
I see, because we got some show stuff coming up soon.
Well, we
like,
had
a festival.
I had a whole tour lined up when we went to Germany back in 2019. But it came to an unfortunate end due to a passport issue. But we ain't gonna talk about that. I also get upset about that. I don't want to get upset on this podcast.
Dang.
Yeah. But that was fun. But unfortunately, it didn't end well for me at least. Everybody else had a good time, not me.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a show coming up.
Yes.
The Cooler Fest?
Cooler Fest, R&B Picnic Cooler Fest, Saturday, August 30th. Metropolitan Park is going to be fun. So we did it last year. It was the first one. Had about almost 2,000 people, man, for the very first one last year.
Wow.
And so much fun. So it's all about R&B music.
Okay.
We do R&B karaoke, so people can get out there. We give a segment of the day where people can get out there and do their own songs. Games. Food vendors, you can bring your own tent, you can bring your own coolers, which is something unique to Metropolitan Park. It's never been done prior to us doing it last year. Okay. So this is the first event of its kind to where you can it's a BYOB sort of event. So it was just an amazing event. I mean, you can look at some of that footage on my Instagram and see that from last year. But it is going to be fun. Man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the city coming out.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So how'd you get them to approve all that? Was it you?
No, well, I mean, yeah. But here's the thing. Shouts out to Jacksonville, because Jacksonville is expanding their view on entertainment in Jacksonville. And I love that for the city, because the city really wants things to come here. And I think if it's good and it's for Jacksonville, it's going to help the economy. You know what I'm saying? They're really about letting events come here. And I'm just thankful that, we're allowed to do that, Metropolitan Park, and have this event. And like I said, it was a great event, man. Beautiful crowd, nothing but fun, nothing but dance. I mean, it's just so much fun. I mean, I can't explain it. If you see the video brings the fun out. Okay. But from last year, but it's just an amazing experience, because I mean, everybody likes to sing. Everybody loves R&B music, so it's just good vibes. I mean, that's the thing. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
So you live so much life, and you're the people's choice when it comes to DJing.
Right.
especially in the South. For me, anyway. I grew up with you.
Thank you.
But what makes you feral?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta tell everybody.
I'm Batman.
He's basically me.
That's it.
That's really shit. That's why you be showing up with like all the songs.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to tell you all that, but since you kept pressing, you know what I mean? I just had to blow my cover today. It is what it is.
We popping out of the bathroom like, shit, he's playing the song. You knew. You knew I was going to the bathroom. Yeah, true. Well, thank you so much for having us here in your studio.
Thank y'all for
Kind of
being
like
here.
fangirling here.
I know.
It's awesome.
I will show the plaques in a minute. That's one of the story.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's another thing I would say too about, you know, getting recognized nationally. You start, you know, I'll like show you one of these for instance. So it's like, you know, so you help, you know, some of these artists with their records and stuff like that. You know, shout out to Cardi B. You know, we help break records and stuff like that in the country. So some of them show back and come back and show love to you. So
Great.
not everybody, but yeah, some do.
What
That's
a good
it.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing.
yep.
Look at you
Oh yeah.
making records.
Yeah. You know, that's really, really, really when I started getting plaques back in the day, it's just really kind of like, man, you really, you know, felt like you know, got to a certain point.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about money, but it's just about the recognition that you feel like you deserve for
Yeah.
playing your small part in this big industry. But yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Well, again, thank you for having us. We appreciate you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank y'all so
And
much.
you're supporting us too in our journey.
Yes, thank you.
It's been
I
nuts.
really appreciate you.
Well,
And your
I will tell you ladies one thing right now, just so you should know that you should be you should know this because I don't think you know this, but this is actually my very first podcast I've ever.
What?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, I've been
That's
asked a lot.
special.
It's my very first podcast I've done.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
shouts out to We All Pharaoh.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Yep.
Yeah, we did it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Our little
Mm-hmm.
our little stepping stool right here. I just feel like we made it a little bit.
All good. All good.
All right. So until next time, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and listen
Yes.
to him on the radio. Come out on every night. You're out every night.
Hey, just look, just
Martini Mondays. What else
sorry.
you got?
Martini Monday, we have Adult Skate Sunday, we have Throwback Thursday, we have Good Fridays, and anywhere and everywhere, you know, just follow me on our Instagram, DJ Dr. Doom DDP, Facebook DJ Dr. Doom. You can find me there.
Yes. And we always repost too. Most of your stuff that comes out. Whenever I catch it, I repost it. So
That's right.
You'll see it on our page as well.
That's right. And follow these ladies. Make sure y'all watch them, man. We All Pharaoh. They're doing big things in the city, man. So thank y'all so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And y'all been doing great events. Y'all follow them. Listen, you know what it is, man. Jacksonville, show up, show support, show your love, man. Because like I said, that's what we all here. We're trying to put entertainment together for you. We just need y'all to come and enjoy the entertainment that we're putting forth. We All Pharaoh's here. I'm here. Y'all are there. Y'all need to be here. See? Easy.
Yes.
Easy.
All right. So until next week.
Yes.
Deuces.
Bye.